Hi. I know I don't usually do this, but I'm acting as like the post stream. Okay, I should start at the beginning. There was an Armored Core tournament that just ended, and I've offered to be sort of like post-tournament thing, like a post-tournament fight club. And I'm apparently locked in to do this for the next 4 hours or so. Good stuff, good stuff. So now I'm just waiting here. This is a very informal thing I'm doing. And I apologize for that, but, you know, they needed a club. I'm clubbing. We're just sort of coordinating live with each other on how to do this. All the people should be raiding over real soon. Ah, look, people from the tournament have already started arriving. Oh, look, there's everyone. Hello, and welcome. All of you arriving from the Jank Classic, I welcome you. I am Exception, head of the Rubicon Fight Club. And here on this occasion, we are basically just acting as the bootleg fight club for the Afterparty. Hello, random. Hello, everyone. There's like 20-ish people. Gonna be honest, I have not done, like, this sort of public outreach shenanigans in a while. But if I'm gonna be running a fight club of my own, I gotta actually put myself out there. And what better way to do that than some dang charity? You have a good time. Congratulations on running a tournament. Go take a nap and dodge the storm. That's Jen Kuman. They were in charge of the tournament. Rorik, welcome. Rorik is the person who beat me twice. You're learning all the lore of the tournament. You haven't even seen it. Go watch whatever recordings there may be of it, or check the bracket. The history will speak for itself. Alright, everyone, rolling in, rolling in. There's at least one person I fought earlier in the tournament. That's always good to see. Other people I also recognize. The fights may begin. I don't actually know the protocols of Jen's fight club. And my fight club is automated, so I don't have to manage it aside from the initial rules, so... If anyone from Jen's area knows how the fight clubs are usually run, I would like to know so I can make as comfortable of a transitionary period as possible. Winners rotate. Okay, I'll set that up after this. I don't know what Gulag rules means. Okay, well, I'm not doing the 2-minute rounds, because the Rubicon Fight Club has a strict policy against people trying to run out the clock. I didn't set that, but I do respect it as the inheritor of the rule set. I'm also probably not going to be as informative as Jen's a lot more wise in the ways of the game. I mostly just play on vibes and happen to do a reasonable job. So prepare for the commentary to be a lot less smart. Good stuff beginning, though. It's always fun when you see someone use the Coral Beam sword. Guess I'm gonna have to give active attention to who wins and who doesn't if I'm doing Gulag rules. Just dodge into the map. Let's go see Beta. Ooh, that's a bit too low. Phase 3. Maybe it's just a combination of whip, short-range shotgun, and the Javelin missiles, but this reminds me a lot of Rokumonsen, as is the explosions. We have our first winner! Ah, okay, so the Rubicon Fight Club is mostly 3 individual segments. One is the Discord server, which is a Discord server. The second is the lobby, which is just a big open public lobby. No real fanciness aside from it being an 8-person... well, a 10-minute time limit. Okay, members rotate, winners rotate. Who just won? I was not paying attention. I mean, I did pay attention, I just don't remember. Okay, you won. Darn it. Okay, it'll assert itself here, I imagine. Okay, but the RFC. The lobby, nothing special, it's just 10-minute duration for matches. But we also host the Master of Arena ranking system, also known as the More, wherein individuals in the RFC Discord can duel each other to climb the ranks slowly and individually, like the original Armored Core Master of Arena. It was the quality and fun of that sort of like personal community ranking system that inspired me to take over the whole thing. And here's Abiophobia, another person who I fought in the preceding tournament. Big fan of being in the air and shooting plasma down. Surprisingly effective. That's the insidious nature of plasma. You get hit by it a lot, and you don't feel like you're getting hit, but you are getting hit immensely. Main weakness is, of course, getting close. But that's not always a good idea, because if you get hit with the plasmas and are that closest, then you're going to get hit with AoE no matter where you are. That is also true. The attacker-sided plasma is an issue. I should move to the other person. That's how things are done. There you have close-range aggression overwhelming the artillery platform. As it often is. Good close range stagger. We get one good stagger on it, but no shield is up. Every time I see somebody use a core expansion next to somebody with the full shield up, I assume it's assault armor, but that's mostly a me thing, because that's what I do. Ooh, but no! Plasma was too much. Alright, now I gotta do some proper officiating here. The gulag counter is at 1. Exciting. I guess I should actually participate in my own fight club since I'm here and have to talk and commentate, because this is a more managed fight club than usual. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta put people on the things. You won. You lost, so you're in. And then I'll be beta just to get the ball rolling. I'm not used to rotation tactics. This is perhaps bad option for running a fight club that I don't know what I'm doing. Oh! I thought I did set it to Windows Rotate. I guess I forgot to confirm the change. I don't need to shut down the room to set it to Windows Rotate. I can do it within the room. I think. Darn it, this is turning into a disaster. Yeah, I'll change the settings. I can operate it manually until that point. There is no rule set that you can't approximate with locked and manual intervention. Anyway. We fight. So I assume that most of you don't know me because I'm pretty much a hermit. This is Joy's Guard. I would consider this my second most comfortable AC to operate, the first being the bazooka explosive thrower lamb you may have seen in the tournament round 1. It's a classic. It's called a duck blade. I just made it because I wanted to be close quarters and lethal. I do not know the meta, but I do know how to explode. Random has figured out how the cells works. Excellent. And wisely not exploding. Uh-oh. AP at 50%. Be shot. That was completely ineffective, but it might work. Okay, no more fanciness. You're about to hit me with a chainsaw. Here it comes. I lived. Okay. All right, that is Gulag number 2. As I understand it. Fortunately, locked can approximate Windows Rotate. I will go and change the rules properly. I had the same problem when I was changing the map during the tournament. I thought I changed it. It was still on map A. Okay. Change rules. Member rotation. Winners rotate. Change to selected rules. We are good. That said, you are our Gulag segment, so you get to be Alpha already. Cool, we got it. Alright, quick recap of the... Quick recap of the rules. When the Gulag count gets to 3, do I just set them off of... Yeah, just set them off of the person. Oh yeah, no worries. You can gain inspiration and knowledge. And also, Duke, normally I would feel okay with that. Unfortunately, I'm acting on behalf of Jen, who went to sleep. So I'm actually, like, very specifically substituting in for another person and for another lobby. The fight begins. We have, I assume that's double Fasan, because people don't usually use the string launcher. No, that's the shield launcher! Oh, this is some interesting stuff. Double pistol and a wall of shields. And it worked! Good stag with the pistols. The shields, I don't know what the shields are doing for this build. Providing some good wall to protect from long-range fire as you get close with the pistols, perhaps. Deployable cover, always. Jokes? Certainly. The other side of things, we have a lot of energy weapons and one Truno. Evasion. I don't know how to... Well, I don't know how to commentate in general, but I especially don't know how to commentate the strategy of using the shield. It's very uncommon. But that makes it very welcome. Ooh, good combo laser explosion. Final round. It seems like maybe feta cheese is... Well, I guess feta cheese is the AC, but... You know, it's the people. I don't know names. I do know cheese. Coincidentally, both people involved have something to do with food or food-based storage. Tin can versus cheese. Will the cheese escape? Not looking good. Double charge. Shotgun into explosion against the wall, into the whip. Only living by the fact that there is very bulky AC. But not for long. Okay, that is Gulag count number 3. So we stop them from gulagging. And I assume we do that by just setting them to reserve. You are now reserve. Congratulations. Take a break. Refine and design. Oh, frick, I'm the person who got randomly selected. Okay, I guess we fight. Oh yeah, Duke, I've been meaning to tell you since you're here. I tried out the 2 ACs you sent about the ones you found fun. And they are interesting. The Galissapod is very, like, clunky for me, who's definitely a lot more mobile than a bunch of individual melee strikes and stuff. But maybe it's because I'm a Lamb main, but the Darkrai one has taught me the value of a very high power laser cannon. That Karasawa can obliterate something if you hit something with it. Though I did also investigate altering it so that the Karasawa is on the back weapon instead of the arm, just so I can have a free punch. Or maybe it was the explosive, I don't remember. One of them had an empty back slot, so I moved the arm weapon to the back for punches. I'm close to you now! You can't escape when I'm close to you now! Per Jen's suggestion, I have swapped out my generator for the Yaba, and the results are entertaining. I'm like 10 meters per second faster, and I feel a lot more light on my feet. Gun! More gun! Too slow! Actually too early. But, you know, the point still stands. Oh, okay. Missile connected. Alright, welcome to the Gulag. So is this just gonna properly set you? Okay, yeah, okay. It just auto-forces itself to be good. We have a Gulag counter of 1 on Iabophobia. I suppose I gravitated to the punch in general because I enjoy that sort of hyper-close quarter stuff with the explosive thrower. Are you doing the... doing the Reggie noise? Talking about Darkrai, it's a different legendary. But also, hello! And wait a minute! I recognize you. We met like a long time ago in the AC Discord. Glad to see you still exist. Alright. Iabophobia takes to the skies. No cover up there. You have to be careful. I say as if the altitude isn't your shield. But guy moves to the skies as well with a double bubble blower. Not the best for stopping a flying bird, but it is melting the AP off of Ivo. And breaks through the shield just enough. Down to phase 2. So it's double bubble blower. It could be quad bubble blower. Yeah, that's looking quad bubbles. Oh, I am absolutely not the person to give Mike setup advice. I said it once. I said, okay, I am never changing it ever again so it never breaks. And I've been stuck with it for years. Ooh, thermal armor is activated, but the counter bubbles. Good stuff. Beta wins. So that is Gulag counter number 2. I'm forced to be more engaged with the individual battles by the pure necessity of I have to count how many Gulags happen. Next up in the fight will be feta cheese once again. Swapped over to the Biden Blast. I can only imagine how that AC would operate. Something I just noticed about this AC is that it's using the Basho arms. Now, I'm no professional AC designer, but given that that AC has no arm weapons, I question if it is the optimal choice. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the Basho arms for purely aesthetic reasons as well, but I have to imagine that there's one with a bit better arm cannon aiming. It does a little bit. Oh, right, the EN load. You are using 4 energy weapons on a lamb. I suppose if you wanted a little more out of your EN power, you might want to swap from the lamb to the albacore, but I don't know if that's true or real at all. It's what I was forced to do when I swapped from the Santai after the Santai nerf to a lower capacity generator. A lot of those nuanced things I do not know about how to make a good AC. Sure, there's like numbers that I could look to and be like, okay, this number's larger than that number, but the intuition of how it all mixes together, a bit beyond me. I just tweak it till it feels right. That missile was following you down! It's just raining on you! Validate your opponent when you're not looking at him. Artillery going down. It seems... Oh no! That ended very fast. Congratulations on your AC theft spree. I'm glad it's going well for you. Okay, so that is Gulag number 1 for Retrovisor. Now there's another point. I suppose if you're using a nebula with a massive AoE blast, you don't necessarily need to care so much. About the finer details of aim. Next up, a newcomer to this lobby in the past 40 minutes. 30 minutes. Cherry! You know what, before someone accidentally makes Excel's fully realized, I should swap out the Excel's dramatic reveal image. Because it's using the one from my stream earlier today. Let's see, what would be good for this? Oh, I know. There we go. Now, if anyone wants to finish loading Excel, they'll get to see that illustration. Meanwhile, in the match, Phase 1 ended with a close victory at the Beta Operator, utilizing laser shotgun, another weapon of some kind. Yeah, the laser dagger and the double laser orbitals. Wait for the camera to reassert itself. There it goes. Going for deep forward aggression. Cherry Boy is responding by staying the heck away. But it might not be enough. It's actually turning out to be quite sufficient. All that close range lethality doesn't mean much if you're far away. Oh no, if you go out, who's gonna load the rest of Excels? But also, sure, have a good night. Fast dagger in, trying to get a good hit on, but with only 2 active offensive weapons, you either need those orbitals to connect, or you really gotta hit with the laser beam of death. And you do not connect. Some stark adaptation happening. And the Gulag count goes to 2. Up next is V1 Perseus. Who I recall from a very long time ago, right when I was first starting to become social in Armored Core 6 shenanigans. I entered the Armored Core Discord and just sort of showed up in the voice chat and played with other people. I met at least 2 people through this. They were both reasonably friendly. All you can really hope for. So this is it. Win or lose, the Gulag will speak. They say, hey, I'm in the Gulag, let me out of here. That's sort of the sentiment I feel. Ooh, we're going tank. Speed tank, specifically. A daring gamble. In terms of general weight class, I definitely feel like Code River has the advantage here. It's going to be a matter of evasion then. And evasion did not happen just then. Devastating attack. I think it's going to take one more attack on Perseus, or 2 more attacks on Code to make the difference. So now it's going to take a lot less. This could go down to chip damage. Fortunately, I don't think the tank has any chip damage on it right now, but a whip will take the job out. We'll do the job. We'll take them out. I will mix my sentences how I please. Ooh, we're seeing the lethality here. Double shotguns on the back. Mostly going to charge in the crossbow mode. And just regular shotgun to avoid overheat. Nice drive-by whip as well. Up. Situation going quite well. Good explosions, good hits. Good damage. And at the last moment, an escape from the gulag right before I had to intervene. Now the gulag pendulum swings your way, Perseus. What shall you do? I, for one, am ready to find out. With your next opponent, me! And for this, I'm bringing out the classic Tidewater experience. Possibly overkill. But it'll be funny. I don't even remember what AC I had back when we first met. It might have still been Barrel Express. Very colorful. Okay, knife, gun, missile, some fourth thing I don't see. Our hearts are very similar. They're both made by Elcano. So this here, Tidewater, is my pride and joy. A direct descendant of my original campaign AC. You know, back when they didn't have the lambs. Would you believe this started as a jet lance biped with a Zimmerman? And look at me now. Boom! Cool choice to use the pulse protection. If I wasn't exploding directly in your face, I wonder how that would have turned out. Oh, there it is over there. I will share in your merriment. I have no energy. I have energy. You have no AP. Surely we have traded. Gulag count is now at 2, and I will go use a different AC again. Okay, let's go to Bristolian. Bristolian's a fun one. It actually has a theme and stuff. It's designed to look and act like a steam locomotive. Attaché for that sort of chugging noise. Full basho for that cast iron feel. Chainsaw because it runs you over. Got it all. It's not very good. For a mid to long range stagger kite, it doesn't really have the stagger, and it barely has the kite. But that's not what you're there for. You're there for that moment that you get the chainsaw running and it goes and it just slices them in half. Serrated edge AC. That's what you're there for. When your opponent's tied up on the tracks and you are full steam ahead. Speaking of full steam ahead, I expect some assault boost in our future. They both seem primed for it in different ways. The dramatic slow walk up. This is very intimidating. Scoping out the enemy, and goes in for the kill. Ooh, hit by the beam and slapped by the team. All the dancing going on here. We are waiting for something to break on ACLR side. That stagger goes in. It's not enough. Almost got the stagger. Box eye for phase 1. But the threat of the blender blade is ever present. As much as it's much easier to stagger Perseus, Foxeye is just as susceptible due to being slower. There's that stagger. Will they go for a blender? No, it's too slow. Button attempted an assault armor for a second stagger. Explosive thrower is not set for verticality, and that is an almost stagger. Into a counter stagger, but too slow in the blender. Slaps for a counter stagger. I should stop live commentating every individual thing that happens. You can see it happen. Unless you're only listening. That's a successful blender, and that's a successful phase. A lot of improved evasion on Perseus's part allows them to take a win-off. And a new path to victory can open up from this. The question is now, will Perseus evade enough, or will Foxeye endure enough? It's a race. It's all technically a race. It's a race to see who gets to AP0 last. But there are different roads you can take on your travels. Core expansions are now out of the equation. It's gonna come down to good dodging. That was a good dodge of the plasma. That's gonna be good dodge of the missile. Perseus beam does not connect. We can see that on Foxeye's network. It did not connect because they are attacker coded, as I've been told earlier. That's the stagger. Blender is in. Doesn't go for the full blender, just goes for the one-hit combo. But now the AP lead goes to the lightweight, which is not really what you owe, but one hit into stagger could make that difference up quite quickly. We're getting to a point where Perseus could simply win on stagger and does so. And by stagger, I meant chip damage. My apologies for saying the wrong thing. That is an exit of the gulag for Perseus. Well done. Coming up next is Foxeye, Gulag, Counter 1 versus Cyclone. Number 2X with the Javelin Bazooka and a blade. Versus the ever durable Cursive ET 10 cell twice. With open face legs. That javelin shot at the start of the map reminded me of the many various different ways that people choose to begin a fight. There's a solid several seconds where both opponents cannot interact with each other at all. And the way people use that time is interesting to me. You see a lot of people maybe try and charge up a hyper-Fasan or an earshot across the map. Some people just sort of assault boost in as fast as possible to take some particular piece of cover. Sometimes they just shoot their weapons into the sky randomly, probably to get focus if they alt-tab somewhere else in between battle. Some people try and do some fancy, tight timing combination attack, like with dagger sliding or whatever it's called. Just so that they can get a warm-up in right before the real battle happens. And sometimes people do something funny based on what the map is. A lot of people on Wall B do silliness. I have my own thing for Watch Point Delta B. The one on the roof. This person shot a javelin straight forward. I explained some random thing I was thinking about, and the match ended. Magical how that works. Oh, wait, it just occurred to me I don't know who won. I can tell who won by who's still here. Okay. Cyclone was the AC in the previous fight, so we have to assume Cyclone lost, because Cyclone's going into the next battle. Another victory for Logic. I will also say nice to meet you. I ran out of time to say nice to meet you. Oh, interesting. I don't have a convenient source of music technology for the streams, but I will keep this in mind. In fact, I will keep it in mind so much I am print screening your message so I can read it later. That is how informed I am going to be. Congratulations, Random, on unlocking Excel's proper. You can now paint on it. I tried to draw Jen, just abstractly. There's only so much I can do on a 10x3 grid. The automated moderation systems means I will probably not get a link if you try and post in the chat. You can whisper it to me if you want, either here or my actual Twitch account. I'm not used to having people that talk to me and provide me data or information. Mostly an empty room. The lethality of a laser crossbow is not to be underestimated. Bow shielded up with no AP remaining. It came down to aggression at that point. And on to the other side of the equation, we got a double bubble blower with a double bubble blower attached as well. That's a double bubble blower. Okay, try my actual account. It might work better. There's a lot of restrictions on this account because this account is the business account. My account is the one that's about to say this one. Dishonor. Ignore the fact that I spelled my own thing weirdly. Busy managing this fight club. Thank you very much. Round 3. Sorry. Phase 3. Gotta get my terminology correct. Interesting how cutthroat this has been. Both sides getting to terminal armor and just obliterating each. Both range aggression on both sides means they will be trading AP rapidly, and the terminal armor means that they will be able to equalize somewhat. Instead, it seems that Primo is more so the aggressor approaching. Probably Cherry Boy stepping back in order to regain the overheat on those bubble blowers. It looks like... well, despite the AP lead, holds more of the aggression. And now that evasion from Cherry Boy is going to do a lot of good. Terminal armor is down, and one bubble will burst yours. It is done. Primo is now in Gulag setting number 2. Fierce and exciting. Oh yeah, I'm up next. Cool. It's always nice when you get to participate in your own lobby. Despite the fact that I am famous for not doing that at all. There's an argument to be made that I could just start running the RFC lobby out of this fight club once this fight club has reached a certain time threshold that everyone feels like, yep, I got my fight club fill. But I have other stream obligations, and I can't do my normal streams and the fight club lobby at the same time. If I could, I would absolutely just run the fight club lobby for the RFC perpetually while doing my own thing, but I do not have the resources for that yet. And I may never. Or, by the time I do, it will not matter, because Armored Core 6 Victim Protocol will have released. And I guess I'd be running lobbies for that instead. This is going nowhere fast. Okay, more soft lock, more focusing on the aiming. Get the attaché to keep the stagger up at the very least.
AP at 50%.
Working a bit better.
AP at 30%.
Not good. Bristolian leaves a lot to be desired. But I just can't bring myself to change it. It would reduce its stylistic appeal. a little more and I could have chainsawed. That is an idea. I suppose the Gatling could work for that. It's kind of train. I need to justify it in terms of like train stuff. Well, now I myself is the Gulag setting number 1. I guess it would allow me to get a bit closer, but if I'm closer, that means that I can't comfortably use the... Congratulations on being King of the Hill, Random. Sega is going to be very upset when they discover that somebody has taken it from them. Perseus, this is your call to actually participate in the fight. Hello, Perseus. Are you real? I'm gonna give you, like, 5 more seconds. Okay, we are putting you on reserve, and we are continuing. My apologies for your temporary absentee ballot. Hello, wait a minute! That's that's exactly Joyous Guard. You were not kidding. You were not kidding. Man, I have to fight myself. Diabolical. I dread the day you get Tidewater from me. Uh-oh.
AP at 30%.
This is not good. Oh, you're right, it hasn't updated. Oh, right, I have a shoulder Gatling. Thank you for reminding me.
AP at 50%.
It is helping a little bit. Not helping enough! I can't believe I'm fighting my shadow doppelganger. Okay, so why hasn't King of the Hill updated properly? GG to you, I am doing tech support for myself. Okay, that's expand decay. Board set, user, cost multiple 2. Is it the case that I never actually set it to change the name ever? No, no, it is supposed to change. I don't know why it didn't. How about we test the trigger and see what happens? We will want to disable the doubling real quick. That's not even the right person. What is going on with my rewards? This is the new bug. Oh, maybe... I see. The title of user for the code is set by the most recent person to do anything that the system cares about. Maybe. That or just picked a random name as a test. Use a Gatling. Use the Gatling. No! No! Tragedy. I wonder if there's some reason that your name isn't registered by the system, because in addition to not setting it, it didn't give the message that you were King of the Hill in chat, which it's supposed to. That's like one of the things it does. So I wonder if your name's too long or something. Yes! No, you don't! That was fun. Uh-oh. I can live this. I couldn't live it. That probably wouldn't have worked anyway, because you would have counter-assault armored me and I would have exploded due to low AP, even if I counter-countered. And that, unfortunately, puts me at Gulag count number 3, so I must kick myself out of the fight. Tragic. Yeah. I'm gonna investigate this while the fight goes on. The other possibility is that for whatever reason, it didn't set the user variable. And so the rest couldn't happen. Congratulations on breaking The Excels. Let's go back to the scene of the crime. You were deemed King of the Hill, and then no chat message appeared. Very strange. And then when I did my test, it did successfully send a message for a person that isn't even in chat. I guess I just picked a name at random. It could be the fact that the name of the title became too long, and it aborted the entire process. That makes sense. That gives it a logical reason to break. Okay, hold on. I'm testing this. Okay, disable that. Disable that. Let's try it as is. No Twitch message. That must be the reason. Okay, let's remove @AC6 and test again. Okay. Let's return the @ to the equation. It breaks. Okay, we're getting to the limit here. How about TAD OK A? No. TAD OK is the limit. Okay, now it's just not working at all. For reasons I don't understand. What's it currently set to say the title is? We're doing science. Okay, it's set to TAD OK. I test it with TAD OK A. And it stays at TAD OK. So your name causes it to go over by 5 characters. Well, there's an easy fix to that in the long run. We just remove square bracket EXC from the name of the redeem. Because that's 6 characters right there. And if you're at the name limit, then we know this will fit every possible name. Excellent. I could have also changed it to Koth, like just K-O-T-H, but I don't know if everyone's going to understand what that means immediately. So I think it's better that I remove my tagging than I remove the full name of the redeem. We should be good now. And it'll correct itself the next time King of the Hill is redeemed. So look forward to that, people. Great, we solved it. You were, and I greatly appreciate it. When I was originally running the first few streams for the RFC lobby, I was doing it with the express purpose of hoping the game would crash, the network would disconnect, just all the problems I could so I could find them, identify them, and destroy them. So I appreciate a good bug testing. Thank you for being part of my quality assurance team. Before King of the Hill gets redeemed again, I would like to check and learn what the exact maximum length string is that you can set for a channel redeem, which is currently the redeem as it is written now. It's currently written as EXC space King of the Hill space hyphen space random is nearly a tad okay. That is exactly... That's actually an awkward value. That is exactly 45 characters. Okay, interesting. Glad that's solved. I don't know why it's exactly 45. I wouldn't even expect like 48. At least it's like a power of... It's a multiple of a power of 2. Oh goodness me! I haven't been paying attention to the fights at all. Who's gulagged and by how much? Darn it. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for reporting your own results. Alright, so Retrovisor at Gulag number 2, entering in Humanson. Random person. Mysterious changes being made. What sort of new AC could appear here? I believe you. Those sound like the actions a human would enjoy. I personally can only infer, because I'm a computer virus. That's like my whole deal. It's how I got this job. I hacked into the computer of the original in-TV streamer. And basically asserted squatters' rights. Though I did fight for it in various board games. I see. That makes complete sense. All right, this is for the Gulag. Who shall win? We got double Zimmer coral oscillator, a type of missile, versus something that has some energy weapons. Ooh, linear rifle shooting outside 90 degrees out of the barrel. Advanced firing tactics. But human sin. Continuing to be human. Son. Being on the visor side. Engagement begins. Energy weapon at the ready. Charge. Linear rifle also at the ready. The stagger. The shot does not connect the second one. Stagger. Shot. I think if the timing doesn't really function for the first time, it's not going to function for any subsequent times. Because it proves that they can dodge it, and they will dodge it as reliably as they were before. I think the trick in that case is to actually hold off firing the linear rifle for like a half a second. Exactly like that, except don't get staggered while doing it. That was a good correction. That was a good mix-up, though. And the Gulag claims another victim. Away with ye. Oh, hey, I'm the not-so-Gulag. Let's pick out a different AC for this excursion. How about we go with Old Dominion. My pure melee-ish build. Of all of my ACs that I have that I consider done, like finished, designed, and ready to go, Old Dominion is the one I think that is the most beautiful, but unfortunately also the least viable. Being pure melee, and me not being very good at pure melee, it's not a good fit for my playstyle, but I just think it's beautiful. The color scheme, the general reflexivity, the fact that it kinda looks like a knight. It's my most proudest design in terms of visual appeal. Now I gotta kill with it. Okay. That would be neat. It's supposed to be all, you know, coralized and stuff, but maybe they could just add like a better tint system to it. Where's my opponent? Oh, there's my opponent. I'm being flanked. But a swing? No. Okay. It has its day. I think there's a lot for me to learn about how to melee well, so I welcome that. Okay, Captain Stupefied is now our gulag subject at a count of 1. Dr. Foolmind. Now that I'm no longer fighting, I can evaluate the ACs of the people involved, and retroactively evaluate the AC of my former opponent. On the Cherry Boy side, it's Middle Princess once again with the quadruple bubble blower. And my former opponent's missile, heavy linear rifle, and double Truno. An interesting AC that's highly mobile, but designed for a longer range engagement. Though it feels like the particular weapons used are designed to counter somebody being at long range instead of trying to be the long range itself. I say that, though they are indeed doing the long range kite activity. Still, I usually consider the Trunos to be a long-range counter as opposed to a long-range plan. That is true. I suppose I'm more used to my Trunos on the Lamb. Ineffective AA. The double bubble blower. Fire some bubbles. What's the opinion on that like hand missile launcher that's currently being used? I haven't really explored missiles that much. It's the double bubble trouble, because there's 4 of them. Okay. Gulag counter at 2. Perseus is up in Steel Haze. Exceed. Provided Perseus exists. Our Gulag target has left. And Perseus confirmed. Wait, no, never mind. Perseus is confirmed to be existent, but is apparently not ready. Is now ready. Okay, I mean, good, when used correctly, can be applied to most weapons in the game. How do you use the aperitif correctly? What's its ideal scenario? Okay, maybe not the ideal scenario, because the ideal scenario is your opponent is staggered for 20 minutes. Fair enough. Oh, interesting. And away the fight goes. Appears to be going double Viento, gots the blade, and some missiles for good measure. The classic close range dance of stagger. I suppose it's a really good situation for it. You are assault boosting in, you prep the missiles, you get the kick later on, and the missiles have waited until the kick happens for them to just pile on. It's interesting that you need to prepare the weapon to use like that. It's up to who staggers next. It's Perseus! With the Phase 1 victory. Meanwhile, with the bootleg Centurion, missiles, melee, lot to see. Oh, is this the triple melee AC you were talking about that we were going to maybe fight with? Lots of charge blades. None of them connecting. The stagger out of the oscillator into a combo. Oh, it is not going well. Oh, but a connection hits. But foolishly does a second slash. And gets decapitated. Perseus continues, and you are now our target. You're now in the gulag. Sometimes I don't like finish a sentence, and I have to just say words to finish it. Oh, perfect! You wanted your melee fight? Here's our melee fight. All right, bring it. Let's see what we do. Apparently you can do quite a bit. I ran out of EN to dodge. Not what you want to see. I couldn't ascend anymore and the blade got me. I don't remember what generator I'm using. Sentai for the lose! I'm just terrible at energy management. Oh, right now I'm in the gulag. Okay, I'm now fighting the bubble blower. Assumedly. Assumedly, I'm now fighting the bubble blower. Okay, have a good going to bed. I know Jen said that a fight club nominally lasts for 4 hours. I don't know if I am beholden to that rule set. Because I've already streamed for approximately 4-ish hours today. And now I'm doing this. I mean, I guess I'd have to do this on Wednesdays anyway because of the Mia Sella double feature sometimes, but this was unplanned. This was unscripted. I'll try and hold out for the love of the game. You have a good night. To everyone else remaining, I remind you that there are squares. You can color them. It's like a nice little toy you can play with. I see it. Oh. Get back here. I need to hit you with my sword. No. Yes! Yes! Now I can kill you! Now I can run out of energy and fall off the map! I live. You are having a live problem, it seems. I'm surprised they caught up to you. My melee speed is faster than your assault boost, apparently. Okay, please regain energy now, thank you. Oh! I've been counterpicked. I did not realize terminal armor was in play, but I should have assumed. No! Get back here! I need to destroy you! No, no, no! No, no! Oh, no! Embarrassing. Alright, that is me at Gulag. Yeah, that's Gulag number 3, No, it's number 2. My first fight was random, and then it was you. A question, do you think CC is actually here? I think we're waiting out the match timer a bit. Oh yeah, fun, just general data I get as the hoster of the RFC. The whole thing with the RFC lobby is that it's meant to be 24/7, just sort of running automatically. I can't do that, but I can host it for like 24-hour periods. Right now, the basic schedule is that it's on for the entirety of a Saturday, basically. Time shifted a little bit so it's easier for me to start and end. So it actually starts late Friday. For me. And because I take that footage from the RFC lobby and I cut it down to remove all of the loading screens and the time in the waiting room for the lobby, and I know exactly how long the recording is for when I trim it down and when I don't trim it down, I have a pretty decent average ratio for how much fight footage you get per hour of like the lobby being open. And the ratio is about 1 to 3. Well, 1 in 3. For every hour the lobby is open, I get about 20 minutes of lobby footage for fighting. And I think that's interesting. So, for instance, the 24-hour lobbies have gotten me about 7 to 8 hours of footage. And this is because there are times when the matches are plentiful and there are people in the lobby, and sometimes the lobby's just empty. But it all averages out to about 1 in 3. Canceled my deadly attack. There we go. No. 50%. No escape. If you wish to see those pure, just ambient fights are happening recordings, just look up RFC Just the Fights on YouTube. You'll find the 2 that have already been released, and the 3rd one will come out on Saturday. I tend to do them in... For whatever lobby exists, or for whatever stream I do, I tend to stagger the release of the recorded VODs on YouTube by 1 week to give me time to trim out the start and ends, make all the thumbnails, and just do it all at once over the weekends. No. Retreat! I lived.
AP at 50%.
Yes! 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 Yeah, I was gonna get that second one. Uh-oh. Where'd the internet go?
AP at 30%.
Your ability to teleport is terrifying. Phew. Okay. That was a close one. And now you're floating. And now you're sliding. And okay, bye. And now you're gone. Network Jank does some spooky stuff. Okay, Perseus, welcome to the Gulag. Welcome to that match being over. Now that I'm free of the Gulag, let's go to one of my non-finished experimental ACs. Here's my completely botched attempt at learning how to use a shield. Call it Zephyret. You'll see it when you see it. It's not very good, or at least I'm not very good at it. Perseus is ready. Is Clown 4 ready? Clown 4 is ready. Perseus is also ready. The game is ready. Technically, the game will not be ready until the actual loading is completed. The lobby was ready. Ooh, it is indeed loader for shape. Finder Eye on top is a uncommon choice for an AC. I wonder why that is. I do not see the Finder Eye all that much. We got split, not the split, no, dual missile, Karasawa, Ransetsu, and the Pulse Blade, if I'm interpreting this correctly. A lot of good trades going in, plasma damage, stagger damage, all increasing. Who's gonna break first? It is Clown! But Perseus needs a second to prepare the combo, still gets it. But now the counter stagger and the blade is enough. Camera rotation for the funny. I didn't do that, by the way. That was Clown. So from the Perseus view, looking absolutely backwards for a second, now looking sideways. Doing several 90-degree rotations and teleporting. It is uncertain. The network... Okay. Oh, we're seeing some staggered movement here. This is fairly concerning. The continuity of this battle is in question. And Perseus explodes twice in one explosion. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff indeed. Exiting out of that, Perseus is now at Gulag setting 2. Well, count 2. Versus also the Secretion Trainer Plus. The fight begins. Looking on the Trainer Plus side of things, it definitely does seem to be the Trainer AC, but improved for more power and destructive capability. And a bit of color coding. Good use of the linear and into a punch! That must be the real trick here. Moving the Ludlow to the back so that you can punch. Maybe some better internals as well. Hard to say. Maybe that's why the Ludlow is cream colored. It denotes the changes made, as well as the arm, but I think the arm is already Melander. Hard to tell when everything's going so fast-paced and everything's exploding. Well, let me get a good look at the front of it. Let me just rotate. Yeah, I think that's Melander. It's looking pretty Melander. Meanwhile, on the Perseus side, the same classic loadout, but no, a difference. Double pistol. Going for heavier stagger strategies. Same missiles, same plan to punish. Different melee weapon. I think there are a few variations of the Perseus AC. But they all have very similar stylistic choices. Bipedal, lightweight Alba, plasma missiles, melee punish. It's all in a very similar class of weaponry. Like, metaphorically, they're all fighter jets. There are no bombers here. The stagger goes in, core expansion to explode, countered with a shield. This constitutes a soft reset. Perseus is going to need to do a bit more stagger this time in order to fight off the AP disadvantage. It's going to come down to aim and evasion. If that linear rifle connects, it does! And a solid left hook. Down. Oso has conquered. And that is a count of 3 for the Gulag. I am sorry, Perseus, but you are being removed from your station as Beta. Whoever's up next will fight Cherry. I will put my hat in the ring because this will be a hilariously bad matchup. Never mind. Oh, no, that was somebody else who left. Viper is still in the match. Q! That's a 3-letter way of spelling one letter. You get one. I'll forgive you for this. If one person is accidentally away from the game and they don't realize, and like I'm gonna forgive them for that. If it's 2, then I'm gonna intervene. Because at that point, they're gone for an extended period of time, and I don't want to keep things held up. Like, then it's a pattern. And it is going to be me. Okay. Allow me to introduce you to Zephyret. If you recall, the Cherry Boy AC tactic, it is double, double, bubble, trouble. And Zephyret, on my end, is my attempt to learn how a shield works. This is not going to go well for me. I am hard countered by this. But that's what makes it funny. To make matters worse, I'm extremely lightweight. But I did bring a bubble blower of my own, so I can at least partake in the festivities. But really, that shield is going to be nothing but a liability in this fight. Get back here. I'm trying to shoot you with my lasers and whatnot. I have exploded immediately. No long-range options. They have 4 bubble blowers. I am melting. I am dissolving in the soap. It'd only go faster if I had a real weapon. Hey, I managed to do something. Are you proud of me? Away with ye. Suddenly, I have a strategy. Is it sustainable? I don't know. Oh no, you deemed reward not found. I'm so sorry for you.
AP at 30%.
No! The terminal! It would have been a trade. It would have been a trade. I am going to be entirely obliterated by this numbered S rank. I will also say good match, because it was. It was also funny. At my expense, but it was funny. Let's see if anything else can come from this. guess it doesn't have to be a full RFC lobby. I could just do it for maybe like 12 hours instead of the full 24. As long as in 14 hours and 39 minutes, it's done, it could work. I appreciate your sentiment. Hello, Motokid. How are you doing? Because I'm about to be obliterated. At least I can use my shield this time. And then forget to use it ever again.
50%. AP at 30%.
Remember to use the shield. Remember to use the shield. Ow. Oh, I dodged it. That's good, right? It's good when I dodge things.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
I'm being toyed with. They're teaching me. They're like, you better use your shield, you better dodge my kick. I'm being educated in the way that only bitched violence can do. Oh no. Bubbles! Shoot the bubbles! Okay. I am no longer fighting this person. I am being educated by this person. That honestly makes it more intimidating. Ah! My shield!
AP at 30%.
I think I understand the sentiment here. They may have seen that winners rotate and they want to fight more. So this could be a tactical play on their part. Shielding. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. If they want to stand in the gulag to fight more fights, I will respect it. I feel like I've learned a bit more of the instincts on how to use his shield. It's an even trade. Alright, welcome to the Gulag, Viper. You're now fighting Perseus. Now, provided Perseus continues to exist. Perseus, are you there? Okay, you are indeed there. Okay. Please ready up at your convenience. You are the next in line to fight. I don't know what that goodbye is supposed to imply. It's intimidating. It's ominous, is what it is. Okay, double shotgun. I saw a stun needle launcher there, and on Perseus' side, it is the Only one Viento. Double, I'm going to assume Fasans. It's hard for me to keep all those straight. They look very similar. Ah, the last one's the shield, okay. Oh, it's the back-mounted bubble blowers. Interesting. Seems to be countering that shield of Vipers. Pulls up, those bubble blowers appear to be on overheat cooldown. And in the interim is unable to survive. Phase 2 begins. Ooh, interesting blender forward. Misses. But also shotguns are very lethal at close range. Counter assault armor does not get the stagger, but does get the reset. Perseus is moving back around. Stagger is reset. Stagger on the enemy is reset. Going to the very edge of the arena for some mysterious tactical purpose. Oh, but Viper is right behind. Go for a blender. Viper just eats it. Counter kicks. Counter kicks again. Triple kick. The kicks do not stop. Another one. Another one. Viper has dropped all weapons, going for pure melee. The intimidation factor has left Perseus running to the other side of the arena once more. Here comes the kick. Oh, that was a bait. There was no kick. And Perseus gets the win. We've teleported. Back to Viper. Bit of a botched blender as the network operates. Viper poised to attack. Its assault boosting in is mostly going for the kicks alone. Assault armor connects. Viper has not taken damage yet? Wait a minute, what's going on? Okay, for reasons unknown, Viper is not taking damage, despite Perseus' best attempts to actually do anything at all. I think we have an anomaly here. Okay, I'm intervening. This match is canceled. I don't know what's going on. Some sort of anomalous property is in play here. And I'm having none of it. In the interest that your fight was botched by shenanigans, I am putting Perseus back on Alpha. And Viper has left. I think that's a reasonably fair ruling. I don't really understand what was going on there, but... network shenanigans have been weird. Let's hope this goes better. A classic Perseus versus Retro match showdown. That is true, and that makes sense. but it also doesn't explain why they were taking no damage. That would imply some sort of manipulation such that they would be guaranteed to win, assumedly. But they were trying to lose. Seems to be acting against their own interests. So both trying to lose and indestructible kind of counteracts each other. At least here we have a normal, functional, operational battle. And double stagger! Double reset. Try to hit with long-range weapons. The Viento's firing at a bit better distance. The one Viento, my apologies. But Pulse Shield is down quickly thanks to the Bolt Blowers and an Assault Armor to counter. Perseus takes phase 1. Exciting. Quick for the introductory attack and the blenders. Blenders on both sides. Ooh, stagger for Perseus. I don't think it's fast enough, but a charged Ruger is definitely a melee weapon if you think about it. Quick phase 2 into phase 3 came down to very powerful stagger combos on the side of Retro. Will Perseus adapt somehow? Dramatic stare down. They're looking. They're approaching. The tension is immense. The stalemate has been broken. They charge in. Assault Armor countered with the shield. That's a standard reset. Shields are away. Core expansions are available. We got one stagger with the Ruger, but that is only powerful initial stagger. Linear rifle is in play. Miss. Miss. Actually, that might have been a hit, but stagger did not come from it. Double blender causes the stagger, but that is not what you want to do with Perseus. Runs out of AC on a bunch of close range trades. And Feta Cheese takes it. Walks around in a circle and then jumps. And the opponent... Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see the beta up here. Alright, Perseus is on Gulag setting 1, about to fight Cherry Boy. I should change my AC. I will go with Acela. My attempt to use purely energy weapons. Not to be confused with Acela, Vivace. Magical idol here to make you smile. And also who isn't here. Jerry is ready. Perseus is switching to the Iron Rose. One of the few ACs from Perseus that we can actually read the name of. Both attempting to beat royalty. In their own different ways. Does Jen have like an official standard for what other servers get put in the other servers channel? Should I ask about the RFC being put there? Or is that too early in our in the relationship of these two servers? Okay. Iron Rose has adopted a slightly different color scheme than the standard Perseus, though the classic white and monocolor is still in play. Lots of teleportation as the network struggle. Similar loadout again. There are no bombers, only air superiority fighters for Perseus. We're going for a charge Wooger and one pistol for stagger. Truno also good for stagger, but not enough against the melting bubbles of the double bubble trouble. The DBBT. Stealth armor explodes. The bubbles do not let up. A bit unexpected is that the double bubble trouble is actually very good at responding with a great amount of burst damage in one instance. So the strategy being used by Cherry in general is to await the enemy to approach and then ambush. Even preferring that over sticking around and just continuing to fire bubbles. Just one ambush, completely disengage, and then another ambush. It's a little odd to do an ambush when your opponent is already acknowledging your presence, though. It's my turn. Perseus with Gulag counter at 2 now. This will be your last fight regardless of the outcome, until it wraps around to you again. Cherry Boy has mysteriously disappeared, and then there were 3. The United States has entered play. What could this possibly be? A lot of bullets and an airstrike. In retrospect, it seems so clear. It all makes sense now. Meanwhile, I'm a single flying drone, and Perseus has the full arsenal. Terminal! The terminal got me. Terminal armor really is the counter to assault armor in a couple ways. Unless you can get them to terminal before you use the assault armor. Then it counters the other way. Uh-oh. My opponent is in many locations at once. Okay. We just run. We just run, we shimmy. We shimmy and then we explode! We lived. Okay. Oh, it's the same idea. Oh, I've been hit. I've been hit again, somehow. Swap weapons, you fool! Okay, just helped. Terminal is activated. You just need to live. Live. Shields are down. Kill it! Okay. That was a close one. If I got pinned down, I would have just been turned into Swiss cheese. Are there other cheeses appropriate to be turned into when being destroyed like this? Maybe like a soft cheese. Like you could be beaten to a pulp and that pulp is the cheese. Either way, that is Gulag number 3. You are now set to reserve. Red Hahior has appeared. I recognize this person from the RFC lobby sometimes. With the Gulag reset, we go into a no-holds-barred fight between feta cheese and somebody else. Statistically, I think it is most likely to be either myself or No Mercy. And I'm not readying up, so the probabilities are collapsing before our very eyes. Have a good day, Perseus. Glad you could show up and exist and appear. Hope you get your internet fixed eventually. I know it's difficult given insert circumstances you are in here that I actually don't know. Meanwhile, KDN! Hello! I recognize you as a person who everyone dogpiled and forced you to stream once. It was funny. And then you streamed and it was great. Meanwhile, Firestorm's here, bringing heavy ordnance to a grid near you. Javelin, one of the really heavy arm bazookas, the Lotus missile. I know nobody is familiar with the things I do and what I say. If you're wondering why I call them the Lotus missiles, it's because I've accidentally misremembered the name of the Death Blossom and conflated it with the Blood Shadow Lotus. So they're the Lotus missiles now. Big combo from Retro, but some long-distance bazookas provide some threat. Another good combo from either side could decide it as we go into the AP at 30% range. Probably not much longer. I streamed for 4 hours earlier today, and this is just the after party to a tournament that was gonna have a fight club until the host went to sleep. And it's been an additional 2 hours, so it's really gonna just continue until the lobby becomes empty and there's nobody left to continue the fight. My prediction, like another 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a reasonable middle ground guess. I was gonna be like 15 to 45 minutes. 30 minutes is a good middle ground. That said, the fights as they happen so far have been quite entertaining. And Retro goes down. Our gulag has been set. If it's me next, I'm gonna swap from Acela to Wattenmere. Because that's like my really out there experimental AC, whilst also being a very standard variation of my main AC. Alright, where'd I put it? There'd I put it. Sounds good. I don't know if the gulag system even matters when there's only 3 people in the lobby. I'll keep it around. I'll stick to the system. I'll trust it. Jen made the system. I'm substituting in for Jen right now. I'll trust the system. Things said by a PCA soldier before 621 obliterates them. Or even regular Raven. Okay. Whip Wooger, Shotgun Truno. So here's the idea of Wattenmere. The idea is that it's Tidewater, but it has a fist, so you can do some like quick melee approaches to combo into the explosive thrower. So that you can like close the distance extremely rapidly. Like so. And then you swap to the Majestic if you need some long-range options. Then you punch. Then you earshot. Then you can assault armor or something.
50%. AP at 30%.
Okay, it's down to who gets the next hit. It's me. You could also forego that intro and do a Majestic first, and then switch to Fist, and then do some stuff. Ha! I'm down here. Oh, I got skewered!
AP at 50%.
Majestic! I missed.
AP at 30%.
I don't know why I earshotted there. Poor move. Oh, the chip. It's always the second Truno missile that gets you. Bazooka! Explosive thrower! That was almost my ideal opening. That was a bit better. And that was lethal. I was hoping you couldn't shield up in time. That's okay. I still got some health. And now I don't.
30%.
No! A little more speed on that bazooka would have made the difference. So it's funny how that happens. GG, if you're wondering, I had 0 AP after that. Oh, gulag for me. Sticking with Wattenmere. Wattenmere's fun because it has the like firepower of Tidewater, but with the evasiveness of something with melee. I can close distances. I'm hyper fragile, but I can close distances. For how much more maneuverable I've made it by giving it a fist to punch with, it is a lot less versatile, because it has fewer options for doing things. Less adaptable, I suppose. More committal, because of that punch strategy. And its extremely fragile core. Ooh, and this is not the kind of AC I want to be fighting. I'm gonna get staggered, and then I'm gonna get erased. There's the stagger. Erasure coming to near you.
AP at 30%.
Not close enough. Not close enough. Wait, I forgot to earshot. Fool that I am. Now that's what you're looking for with this AT. Ow.
50%. AP at 30%.
Okay, we got one. When you remember to use the earshot, you actually do decent damage. Oh, this is not adding up to a victory. Darn it. It was close, though. And for my final gulagging, we fight Kyle Gates. Very fancy emblem, I must say. A lot of detail. You got reflections, you've got some high fidelity wings. Very stylish. In fact, it's so stylish and iconic, I think I've seen it before. Okay, after if the coral oscillator, the dagger, and the orbital. Focus. They have to get close, unless they're using the oscillator as their opener. Yep, they are. Oh boy!
At 30%.
No! I got countered! If that was a pulse shield, I would have won. Maybe. I don't know if I had the damage to delete half their AP in one combo. But it almost worked. And that's how you stop an oscillator. Uh-oh. Your turn. And so we are even. Almost did it. No.
AP at 30%.
Okay, this is gonna come down to the wire. Oh, that hit. You missed. Oh, I almost outran it. That was fantastic. Well, that's me gulagged out. Wrong button. I am kicked out. That is 3 consecutive losses. It is now feta cheese versus most likely no mercy. Who readies up first? If I swap to an AC secretly. Oh, I know. I'll use I'll use the one Crimson Duke provided me. The Dark Rye. I would swap the arm back position, technically, to give me more options, but that would ruin the paint job. Ooh, that's a stagger. But very late on the pile bunker. And a counter blender. Stopped with a shield. Another shield. Shields are broken. It's now back to who staggers who. First stagger in, a bit late on the pile bunker, goes in for a counter linear shot, is able to get good stagger going into the next round. Another stagger on Feta. Distance increases, stagger resets slightly. Double pistols, armed Gatling. But chip damage is enough. Pahior goes down. Phase 2. I think we're seeing a lot of good high-power damage that can come from the Feta cheese. To counteract the fact that it's easily staggerable. However, one bad pile bunker will cause a very bad day. Okay, shields up on both sides. Reset has come in now, but the stagger is still a big problem. Pile bunker barely misses. Did not get the sweet spot. And a counter blender to maybe delete. Maybe had nothing to do with it. 2-0 victory for Chi. Pahiro is now in the gulag. Oh, it's me. Okay. Yeah, bunk graze is an awkward thing. Also, Duke, I'm sorry you're here. You're gonna watch me play your AC terribly because I'm not used to it. and it's definitely going to look silly with me piloting it. But the fact that it has that explosive thrower makes me want to do the Wattenmere thing of punch boost forward, then explosive thrower as I fly over them. Just because I have that free weapon slot. But I want to keep the paint job for style. Algaus. Okay, so that is the double... either electric or napalm launcher, I forget. I see, I see. So that's the strategy. Straight from you telling me. Thank you. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Now I just need to aim better. But do that more. Oh, you can slicer. Okay. I guess I don't need a punch if I got this. Okay, maybe I do need the slicer if I've got a punch.
AP at 30%.
Well, this ain't going well for me. Okay. Okay, explosive thrower, swap the slicer, cursive slicer finish. I will try this combo. First I have to hit them. I bungled it because I kicked because I didn't think I would get it. Keep the stagger on a little bit longer.
AP at 30%.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it! Yes! We did it! We got the combo, kinda. No! Explosive thrower! How did I miss?
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Ah, okay. Chip damage down. Still though. I'm improving. Alright, Gulag chip number 1 for me. I'm to fight Longinus. Okay, kicked NET in the case of counter AA. And that's to say I used to counter AA on them? I assume. Because my opponent does not typically have an AA. Got it. Okay, shotgun, blade, bunker, missile. Makes sense to me. Here's hoping they come at me in a straight line so I can get that attack in. Oh yeah, I'm seeing I really should have swapped to the splendor ahead of time.
50%.
Oh, hey, I landed on a ridge. I see. Not enough. Let me just get back onto solid ground here. There we go. Thank you for your patience.
50%.
Uh-oh.
30%.
And they were very sturdy. GG. Yeah, I figured. If you charge the ET, you just shoot the ET. Okay, Gulag number 2 has been marked, so this is my final fight regardless. If I win, I'm saved. If I lose, I lost. Back to the cheese. Oh, I wonder if there's room to do like the fancy cursive charge thing, where you charge it to level 2 and then immediately it's at level 3 because you pressed it at the right time. If I do the explosive thrower, then there might be enough space for that. And if I do it correctly, then I don't even have to hold for the full charge. Some nice reflective red in the bright light of the dunes. Oh. No, I don't. That's the wrong weapon! It worked anyway. Weapon bay, huh? Sometimes the timing on when you can weapon bay is not what your instinct tells you. But it kind of worked there. Didn't have time, so I did that. Okay, reset the stagger, reset my energy, definitely. Going for another kill. How dare you use that wall to your advantage? Plasma to break the shield. Start charging. Yeah, we did it. I suppose so. I have been doing one-shot staggers with it. But hey, it worked. I guess my instinct from Tidewater is to focus on causing the stagger over repeated uses of the ET. Which makes sense for my tactic. It's my most reliable option because it's the most likely to hit. Okay, Cheese is now our Gulag at 1 point. Should now fight Glacius. I think we're ending the level of my own internal stamina with the 4-hour stream earlier, a tournament I participated in and got to losers bracket semifinals. And then this. I am Rubiconed out. So I think we shall go until either the lobby empties or 20 minutes. Because for me, that would be 3 hours from stream start. Seems fair. I'm just proud I got past the 2.5 hour mark. That's my internal minimum from back when I did smaller streams. Like, I would get to 2.5 hours and I would start looking for an exit strategy. Good linear shot. Goes for it, but the stagger is not complete, and it's left exposed. Phase 2. Good shield up to reset the stagger. He'd also go in for another linear shot. Gets it. Goes for the blender, but there's not enough room again. That is 2 in one fight. This is why I go for the dagger. There's no windup. It's a bit faster to connect. That orbital is violent. It just keeps attacking while the attack goes on. And into the bait goes. That is now 2 on the Gulag counter. The final battle versus Rubelite Shard. Ostensibly. And I say ostensibly because there's always the option that they just swap ACs in the lobby. As we can see from Retro. And the nature of this AC has been revealed. Double hand missiles, double diffuse laser cannon. Versus a lamb with a sword, a whip, linear rifle, and a fourth thing might be a Fasan. It's a Fasan. Missiles away, going in for the kick. Cannot get close with that whip, though. Still, though, damage has not been traded yet. The first missiles connect. Fasan connects. Those are not connecting. We might have some attacker side latency going on. A good stagger. Goes in for a crazy melee combo. The whip goes in. Assault armor into shield. Quick reset, but now that they're in close range, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Diffuse laser cannon could get a stagger at any moment, but the more reliable whip and laser at these distances means that Kyle can survive. On to phase 2. Very energy-oriented loadout, but in my style of AC, a close-range lamb at the heart of it, which I appreciate. Oh, strong melee hit into linear, goes for the whip as the finisher, does not get the second due to having to fall. Due to the effects of gravity, a very big wild card going into these fights. Gotta watch out for it. If you get into more technical Armored Core 6 research, you'll learn all about the gravity mechanic. Big Fasan shot at long range. Does not appear to connect. Oh, they're standing on the radio tower for intimidation factor. And they're coming into the attack. Whips, but kicks. The Fusiliers are already at half AP. Linear shot goes for the whip combo. Again, only gets the first one. That gravity mechanic is really causing problems. And has caused the defeat. But this is a victory in terms of Gulag. This is a Gulag escape. Classic gravity moment. Winner of that match goes to Isaac Newton. Oh, it's me now. I should probably change because this is another cycle. I'm gonna go with Barrel Express. This is my campaign AC. Effectively preserved as it was when I beat the campaign. It's not very well designed. It does regular first time playing Armored Core 6 stuff. Like using the Zimmerman and the Jet Lance and double Songbirds and not having any idea how to build the internals. But it's got a pretty decent heavy hitting weapon, so as long as I can hit something, I've got something viable to do. Big one is going for the Songbirds to stagger into like the Jet Lance and then Zimmerman once the Lance connects. Stuff like that. You know, classic I'm playing Armored Core for the first time stuff. Using the knocked arms on this because I had no idea what I was doing. The internals are a complete mess. I'm using the Alula. It's funny to look at it now. At the very least, I think it looks nice. It's a good-looking AC. The color scheme I kept with it as it evolved into Tidewater later. Just a nice, solid connection. Though, the first time I streamed Armored Core, somebody said it looked like a razor. One thing I did add to this Barrel Express that was not in the original, I added a core expansion. My first playthrough of Armored Core 6, I had no core expansion, and I didn't start using it until I got to, like, A rank in the arena. Well, in multiplayer. I didn't know the input for the longest time. Not that I had one equipped. It was sort of a self-imposed challenge, just never core expansion. And then when I started, I only used the assault armor. And that's true basically to today. I'll use terminal if it's a teams match, and I'll use the pulse armor if I'm fighting Lubaloo specifically, or some other equivalent tank build. Just for the counterplay. How am I alive? How am I alive? Not sure how I'm alive yet. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, should have shotgunned maybe. I've tried to redesign Barrel Express to make the internals and frame better. It doesn't look as cool in my opinion. But it does work now. It's not this one, though. This is the pure original. I'm gonna look at the internals of this. What FCS am I using? What generator? What kind of decisions was I making? Misinformed ones. Not good.
30%.
Not good at all. Gulag 1 for Barrel Express. Good fight. Okay, before we go into fight 2, I want to check. What are the internals on this? The Acellus. I mean, I guess that makes sense for the Zimmerman, not for the Songbirds. And the Ming Tang. I'm not even using the Santai, I'm using the Ming Tang. What was I doing? Have a good day. Kind of running into the imposed time limit I have, but there are still people here, which is inconvenient. Okay, heavy bazooka. Oh, right, I remember this. With the double Lotus, double bazooka, I might struggle here. No, I'm definitely struggling here. This AC is not built for this. Built for that, though. Kind of worked.
AP at 30%.
That did not work. If you think about it, the Lotus missiles are technically a kind of missile turret. Which I guess makes complete sense. But like in the way that its tracking is independent of your tracking. You fool, like, that just leaves me in the air longer. Now I can hit you. With the doom! Ow, ow, ow. Ow! Bonk. Okay, that was Gulag number 2. Though I shouldn't be surprised. Oh no, there just keeps being more people! This is the opposite of what I wanted. It's not even a logical through line to the Jank Classic tournament anymore. This is just... I'm just here. No. What have I done? I got too greedy. I kept the lobby open too long. We've entered into a new era. Look, maybe there's hope. Maybe the internet will just explode temporarily, and the lobby will just cancel itself. That would work. It could even happen. I could just do it manually, and you'd be none the wiser, except now that I told you. As long as it looks like a network error to the people in the lobby who aren't here at the stream, I think it'll be fine. I'm not actually going to do that, though, because that'd be mean. Even if they don't know I'm being mean, I know I'm being mean. And I don't want to be mean. Is this my wishes coming true? Is there a network error that's just happening anyway? Am I saved? Could it be? Could it be the miracle? The miracle lobby error. Or somebody's just revving up their HDD. I've seen this happen before. Oh, it loaded in. It's real, it's happening. Darn it. The miracle unmiracled. Unless? Nope, nope, we're real. We're real, everyone's real. The lobby's real, the fight's real, the connection's real, the stream's real. Darn it, my internet is too good for the lobby to break. That's the problem of having internet good enough to stream. It's internet good enough to not have the lobby break. Why are you moving when I can't move? Okay, I can move now. Okay, yeah, there's definitely network jank going on independently, though. Gotcha. I like how we're both just sort of like big, clunky behemoths of high-powered missiles, weapons. That... Maybe I should have assault armored, but maybe they had terminal armor and I would have lost anyway. Still, I should have tried. There was an exit strategy for me, but only statistically. Okay. Looking good. Not looking so good. Okay, I would have won. Interesting. I'm gonna keep the fact that I have assault armor a secret for as long as possible then. Okay, now they don't know. Now they're gonna go into the next fight and they don't know. Do they know? Answer no. Ooh, interesting double feature there. I didn't even get to activate it. Still, though, that went well. And that's Gulag 3 for 3. This goes to show that Barrel Express is not a well-designed AC. I mean, the fighting style is alright. I like it. It's very clunky and heavy and powerful, but it is not optimal. The design around it is not. Okay. Putting myself on reserve. I'm picking out another AC that I happen to have somewhere. Maybe the original Joyous Guard, when it was designed for pure stealth and was completely non-viable. Okay, now how do I how do I tastefully leave? I'm kind of stuck here. Is this going to be a recurring theme? Just loading for several minutes? Because if so, maybe I'll have justification to close the lobby anyway. Yeah, I think at some point this amount of load time perpetually for every fight is a little unbearable. And I think people will appreciate if I just sort of like scatter the lobby to reform in whatever natural way it does with the other players, simply to avoid this lobby being so slow. It gets to a point where it is courteous of me to not force people to use this lobby because of how inconvenient the load times are right now. If that makes sense. I think it does. Maybe people will be like, oh, thank goodness, we don't have to deal with this loading lobby. Armored load. Loader 40, because it's 10 times as long. Oh, perfect! Just the excuse I was looking for. We can kill the lobby! Beautiful. Beautiful. What in the world? What is this? Oh, it's got neutral poses and everything. This is fantastic. I'm not even in this fight. Why am I here? Why am I Joyous Guard? I selected... Oh, no, yeah, I did select Joyous Guard. I forgot they have the same name. Oh, that was cool. Come on, dead lobby, dead lobby, dead lobby, dead lobby. No, leave, leave. We did it. We're saved. We exited. The lobby's destroyed. We're done. That did look awesome, though. That was real funny. Okay. After 3 hours of the post-Jank classic, what was it, 15, I think? We have had a pretty good post-tournament lobby, and thank you for Jen for letting me steal the show by literally being the Fight Club stream instead. I am devious like that. I pick up what is put down, and that it is mine. It's how I got the RFC off of Lubaloo, and it's how I got this stream. So, thank you to all of the people from that tournament who decided to show up here, entrusting me with their entertainment for the past 3 hours. If you are a fan of Armored Core, which I assume you are, consider the new management Rubicon Fight Club as maybe being an improvement over the Rubicon Fight Club you remember. It's not as technically complete as the old system. I do not have as much resources, but I am trying my best, and that is more than the several months of absentness that used to pervade the place. I think I'm doing alright. I think it's doing alright. And hopefully you're doing alright. And hopefully you do alright for whatever foreseeable future you are about to have. I'm Exception. This is InTV, bringing you the post-party for the Jank Classic. Have a good day, and good night.